The maritime threat scenario in the Western Indian Ocean and the Gulf of Aden is continually evolving, with emerging new threats like cyber attacks on ships, ports, and critical coastal infrastructure, as well as maritime terrorism and new modes of attacks on ships and vital coastal installations using drones or mines. Drawing lessons from regional experiences in combating piracy and armed robbery, signatory states to the Jeddah Amendment of the Djibouti Code of Conduct have agreed to establish a robust information sharing network to strengthen cooperation among their countries and effectively confront these challenges through resolute information sharing. The regional initiative to enhance information sharing is spearheaded by the DCoC Working Group 1 on Information Sharing. Under this framework, a 10-day information sharing workshop that culminated in the development of the standard operating procedures, mostly known as SOPs, for National Maritime Security Information Sharing Centers within the DCoC JA Information Sharing Network, was held at the Jeddah Academy for Maritime Science and Security Studies from 30th July to 10th August in 2023. The workshop was designed to follow up on the resolutions of the 2022 Jeddah High-Level Meeting with the development of the National Maritime Information Sharing Centers that promote interoperability and developing a regional network that is fit for purpose. The SOP document explores the OODA loop model based on observing, orienting, deciding, and acting in responding to maritime threat scenarios. This means that national centers should collect data from credible sources, that's observing, analyze the gathered information, determine appropriate responses, and execute the determined decision. The document then proceeds to break down the procedures for each thematic area. We sample a piracy incident at sea, for instance. The duty officer of the involved information sharing center at a national level receives the threat alert via any maritime security platform or intelligence agency and verifies the information with other external sources such as regional centers or international entities monitoring threats at sea. The officer then informs the country's maritime representative, or what we call a local focal point, and the law enforcement agency. A security warning is also issued to other concerned entities such as coastal stations. An initial report is then issued to the IMO under the regulator's Maritime Security Committee guidelines. The National Information Sharing Center staff continue monitoring the threat alert and log its communication in the logbook. Assistance in identifying the presence of the affected vessel is also provided to the local focal point, and a follow-up report with additional information on the situation is shared with stakeholders. These procedures generically apply to all thematic areas but can have slight variations based on a contextualized view of the threat in question. Let's take the trafficking and contraband smuggling SOPs, which have a worksheet providing additional particulars like the specific national information sharing staff involved and their roles at the point of an incident. This worksheet also provides details of the smuggler, victims of smuggling, goods smuggled, crew and vessel identities, as well as initial and follow-up actions in the said incident. These SOPs will serve as a comprehensive guide to facilitate seamless information exchange and cooperation among participating entities in line with the objectives of the Djibouti Code of Conduct and its Jeddah Amendment. The development of the standard operating procedures was made possible by the DCoC JA Information Sharing Network alongside its partners.